We should be back. I think I have to get in a different stream though for YouTube. Yeah, I think I have to. Let me just delete this. I don't know what's going on, man. It's like not. It's like I don't know if it's my internet or not, but. Do I have to go to the YouTube studio to delete that? But like, I feel like if it was my internet, I wouldn't be able to get back up so quickly. Like, I don't know what's going on. There's nothing on Restream that's like a warning or anything. Alright, let me get this going. I'm going to delete this one. Wow, they really make it confusing to delete. There we go. Oh, nope. There we go. Alright, last stream. The 1 minute 34-second stream is getting deleted. I don't know why it's taken so long. Let's... Oh, did I just hit inspect? Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, cool. Okay, we're back. What's up, Thor? Welcome in. Thank you for the shiny luck. What's up, Timeless Dialga? Thank you for the shiny luck. What's up, Mackenzie? And what's up, Halogens? Hopefully everything's working well. What's up, Peridot? Welcome in. Get the chat open. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like if it was my internet, then I wouldn't be able to, like, connect back again as quickly as I can. Because usually when my internet goes out, it's like I have to go downstairs and like reset it, and then that like takes a while. But this one is literally like I stop streaming and then I just start again and then it works. So I don't know what's going on. You got the mill tank, congrats. Mackenzie, thank you for the shiny lock. Alright, but we should be good now. That'd be the Wi-Fi signal. I mean, it says like full. This is full signal, full bars. Alright, let me tweet out the stream. At least it happened before I, like, started, really. Purified all Shadow Pokemon Coliseum. You're about to start your battle to get Ho-Oh. Nice, good luck. I sent in a bunch of, I sent in a bunch of my shinies from Fire Red Leaf Green to do that challenge for Ho-Oh. Is it OBS? It might be an OBS thing. I did just update OBS like a couple days ago. And now we're having like issues, so it might be an OBS thing. Could just be a weird quirk from like recording and streaming at the same time. But I feel like more people would like experience that, you know? Yeah, I think it's more likely an OBS thing than like my internet. Because if it was my internet, I feel like it would take longer to get back up, you know? But anyway, let's start shiny hunting. There's for some reason a ring under my water cup, so I gotta wake this up. I don't know how that happens. It's actually crazy how I haven't managed to get a permanent ring on my dresser or desk. I got close once. There was once where like there was a ring and it didn't go away right away, but then I like wiped it harder and it worked. It went away. I gotta get my counter up. I gotta get my counter up for Bidoof as well. Jeez. Okay, Mew. There we go. Put that here. Let me get my counter up for Bidoof. Dude, we're getting close to like 9,000 on Bidoof. Rowie, thank you for the shiny luck. Yeah, 10k for Mew. This is also going off of a 20k for a 1 in 4096. And also almost 9,000 on Bidoof, so been a minute since we've gotten an under odds. What are you doing? You can't read? How can you not read but you can type? We're shiny hunting. What's up, Crimson Fox? Welcome in. But yeah, like when I was like setting this up to stream, I had my Legends game open, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna set this in the dock so that it doesn't like lose battery. But I'm on the view of like this layout, so I couldn't see it. And I was just like, oh well, time will go. I'm like, if a Distortion shows up, I'm not gonna miss it because it's not gonna be that long. I take my Switch out of the dock to check what it is, like if a Distortion showed up, and it's Thunderstorm, and I'm like, sweet. So I had to sleep in a tent. I do it again. I put it back in the dock. I come back after starting stream, and it's Intense Sunlight. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's gonna be one of those days, I guess. And I just hit my ankle on my desk chair. Oh my gosh, that hurt really bad. Ow. Jeez. I think it's ridiculous that Distortions can just have zero chance of showing up in like severe weather. There's like 2 minor changes I would make to Distortions to make them like so much better than they are. If the maximum timer was like 25 minutes instead of 30 minutes, or instead of, sorry, 45 minutes, like shave off 20 minutes, and that's actually like a good time for like you get a guaranteed Distortion, and then also the idea that they can't show up in like Intense Sunlight, Blizzard, or Thunderstorm. If they changed those 2 things, Distortions would not be like a chore to do. But it would still be like the Pokemon you get from them would still be rare because like you still only get like 3 each time. Cause like I just can't imagine like anyone like unironically playing Legends Arceus like this, only needing stuff from Distortions and just like doing this, but without any other games to like play like or shiny hunt in alongside. It just wouldn't make sense. Like, oh, let me get Legends Arceus running, and then you just sit there doing nothing for 45 minutes. Any Pokemon game you recommend going back to play? I think Sword and Shield is an entirely underrated Pokemon game. I think if you want to like go back and experience the game, I think Sword and Shield's a good one. If you're talking like older games, I mean my favorite game of all time in terms of Pokemon games is Platinum. Platinum, so far for my Living Dex challenge, Platinum has been the one game that I have replayed for the Living Dex challenge and actually like enjoyed playing it. Every other Pokemon game, when you like replay it, feels like a chore that you're just trying to like get through to get to like being able to catch Pokemon and stuff. Didn't know Legends Arceus had Intense Sunlight. Yeah, for some reason Scarlet and Violet doesn't. I don't know why, because Intense Sun, like when they added weather to the mainline games, like overworld weather, which they did in Sword and Shield. Intense Sunlight was one of those weathers that was kind of like a staple in Pokemon games, like you know, like Sunny Day. It was like Intense Sunlight, hail, and like rain. So it's weird that like out of all the weathers to like remove, they removed Intense Sunlight in Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, Legends Arceus still has it. Find it hard to play Platinum, and Heart Gold is right there. Why do you find it hard to play Platinum? Platinum's like one of the best Pokemon games, if not the best Pokemon game. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, if you're a Johto fan, is good. I'm not a Johto fan, so I definitely don't enjoy playing through Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But Heart Gold, Soul Silver are fun to shiny hunt in, for sure. And like after playing through like Gold, Silver, Crystal, and then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I definitely understand why so many people like Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Before I thought it was just like a super overrated game, but now it's like, all right, it's just so much better than the originals. But it's still just like not my favorite. I'm just not a fan of Johto. I think Johto's roster is severely lacking, and the map layout is terrible. Is this volume up all the way? I swear like I couldn't even hear myself exit the forest. I understand people saying they find it hard to play like Diamond and Pearl, but Platinum I don't get. I'm not really sure why you would have a hard time playing Platinum. Diamond and Pearl, like, I played through for the Living Dex challenge, and it was tough, especially after playing Platinum. I had to play through Diamond to get Arceus, and it was tough after playing through Platinum because it's like the same game, but like less variety in Pokemon and a lot slower. And just not as good of a story. But I will say, some of the sprites in Diamond and Pearl, super nostalgic. I love Platinum, but some of the changes they made with the sprites, I just, like, scratch my head at. Like, I just started my first ever Gen 4 fishing hunt last night, and one of the games, I don't have 4 Platinums to hunt on, I have 3, so I just grabbed, like, the Diamond that I played through for the Living Dex challenge. And it's just, like, it's weird that, like, Pokemon like Golbat, or Gyarados, or Geodude have, like, changed sprites in Platinum, when their changed sprites are just, like, the second sprite that they used for the animation in Diamond and Pearl. Actually, I think Gyarados is a little different, but Golbat and, like, Geodude, they're just, like, the sprite they used for the animation. They just used that for Platinum, and it's just, like, why did they change that? Some sprites are better, and there's some changes that definitely needed to be made, like Registeel, which is funny because when I was a kid, I didn't understand why they changed it. And then I saw it as an adult and was like, that's hilarious that I questioned that as a kid. Favorite game would be Black and White sequels, as much as that is no longer a bad take. Has that ever been a bad take? I feel like for, like, the past 10 years, everyone's been, like, praising Gen 5. It's been a while since I have played Black 2, White 2, so I don't really remember how they went. So I don't really have an opinion on it. But I remember enjoying playing through Black and White to an extent because of how quickly I could play through them. Had nothing to do with the story. It was just like, wow, this doesn't take forever to play through, and I have to play through this game 4 times. Game Freak really messed up on Registeel. Yeah, when I was a kid and I played Platinum and I saw the Registeel sprite, because I was the kid that had, like, I had Ruby, so, like, I sent my Pokemon up into, like, Diamond Pearl, so I experienced, like, most of the Pokemon sprites and whatnot. And when I saw they changed Registeel's sprite in Platinum, I was just like, why did they do that? That's so random. They just, like, put his arm down. It's, like, the same thing. They just put his arm down. And then when I saw it as an adult, I was like, I can't even believe that. Like, I questioned that as a kid. because that's actually hilarious. It's the same thing. It's like some like adult jokes that are in like cartoons you don't understand as a kid, and you like know why you didn't understand them as a kid, and then you understand it as an adult, and you're just like, that's hilarious that I didn't understand that as a kid. The biggest one I can think of is the SpongeBob, where he's trying to give Gary a bath, and he pretends it's like a pirate treasure chest. The bathtub is a pirate treasure chest, and he pulls out 2 bars of soap, and he goes, "Doubloons, don't drop them." And as a kid, I was so confused by that. I'm like, why can't you drop doubloons? Like, what does that mean? And then when I was an adult and I saw it, I was like, I can't even believe I, like, didn't get that as a kid. Oh, Black 2 White 2 has some of your least favorite legendaries. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of most of the legendaries in Gen 5. I really like Victini and Meloetta, and Genesec's really cool. But those are like the mythicals. The legendaries, like, I don't really dislike Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem, but they're just kind of whatever. Like, I don't really like them, I just don't really dislike them. And then I've never really cared for the genies. And then I mean, most people hate Keldeo, and I'm kind of one of those people. And then the Swords of Justice I never really cared for either. There's just like a lot of legendaries in Gen 5, and none of them are like amazing. They're just like filler legendaries almost. Have I gotten into Distortion yet and I'm just blind? No. Also, there is a Drifloon outbreak here. I'm not going to it because I've seen like 3 shiny Drifloons in this game. I don't really have a reason to go there. If I still needed to perfect stuff in the decks, I would, but I don't. I always played Platinum as a kid and tried Diamond first time right before BDSP and saw Registeel and laughed out loud. That's funny. Yeah, like, it was something as a kid I didn't get. And then when I saw like a video on like changed sprites or like banned things in Pokemon or whatnot, and they mentioned Registeel, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that as a kid. And it's hilarious. And it's funny that it's just like, they didn't update the games, because that was like before they did like online updates to games. They just changed it in the next game. So like every copy of Diamond and Pearl is gonna have friggin' Registeel doing the Nazi salute. But at least you can't encounter Registeel in Diamond and Pearl. So it's not like an easy thing to like experience. In Platinum, you can encounter it if you have like an event Regigigas, which you can just get from the DNS exploit. Specifically the genies in Swords of Justice, the dragons are cool though. Yeah, the dragons are like, they're fine. I don't like, I think it was just because like for me, I love, like, I thought like legendaries were like peak in pretty much every generation prior. Like I thought it was like Gen 1, like the birds and like Mewtwo were so cool. And then like Gen 2, it's like the beasts and like Lugia and Ho-Oh were so cool. And then Gen 3, the Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza were like so cool. Like the Latios and Latios were so cool. Gen 4, it's like Palkia, Dialga, Giratina were like so cool. As a kid, I appreciated them more. Like, looking back, I think the Regis, in my opinion, none of them are really like, these legendaries are crazy. But I always liked the concept of them. You kind of have to like solve puzzles to find them, which I always thought was a cool way to do a legendary. So like Regigigas always kind of blew my mind as a kid, that you needed to like read Braille and like catch like specific Pokemon, do these like special puzzles in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, then transfer them up into Diamond and Pearl in order to encounter Regigigas. Like, it was just a super convoluted thing, but it was like so crazy when you figured out how to do it. So like they were cool in that regard, but They're not like my favorite legendaries. After Gen 6, the legendaries became hit or miss. I feel like after Gen 4 they did. Like I feel like Gen 5 has a lot of hit or miss legendaries. Gen 6 has just like no legendaries. But they're cool. Gen 6 the legendaries are cool. There's just like none of them. Gen 7 the legendaries are cool. I think the Gen 7 legendaries are really cool. Like I was blown away when I saw Solgaleo and Lunala in the first trailer. And then the Tapus are really cool. And then Gen 8, the legendaries are like whatever. Like they're just okay. Gen 9, the Treasures of Ruin are really cool. Koraidon and Miraidon are really cool. Is that like all the legendaries? I guess the Loyal 3 are like whatever, but I do really like Fezandipity. I think Fezandipity is really cool. I think the other two are kind of weird looking. Ogerpon's like adorable, but I wouldn't say like one of my favorite legendaries. And then Terapagos had so much potential and was just kind of wasted, I think. Terapagos has a really cool concept, but it just, I don't know, they didn't do anything with it. Like with Ogerpon, they gave it personality and made you love it, and then Terapagos was just like essentially an objectified thing. Like, there's this legendary that Kieran wants to catch. He catches it. It breaks free. You have to stop it. You catch it. Like, it was just, I don't know, it was just, there wasn't anything there with Terapagos. But the idea of, like, Terapagos being, like, a parallel to, like, a Galapagos tortoise that goes extinct was kind of crazy, which I didn't even realize until I saw Absolblog's movie. Which is also it's very strange that Terapagos is coded to be a 50-50 gender ratio, but the only possible one to get is always male. So it's like, I wonder if, like, it makes me curious, like, if a future game comes out, will we be able to catch, like, a female Terapagos, and will we be able to breed them? That'd be a very interesting concept to kind of, like, that would work well with the lore, but obviously most legendaries you can't breed, so, I don't know. Forgot the Loyal 3 existed until you mentioned it now. I like Fezandipity, but the other two, like, I think Okidoggy's, like, my least favorite. That one's rough looking. Like, that one's just, I don't even know what they were thinking with that one. Monkey Dory at least is, like, a little goofy and kind of, like, fits the theme. But I'm not, like, the biggest fan of it. Are there any other legendaries in Scarlet and Violet that I missed? I think overall Scarlet and Violet legendaries are pretty cool. It'd be cooler if you could shiny hunt them, though. Gen 5 has 3 legends, and that's sad. I don't know what you mean by that. Gen 5 has a bunch of legendaries. They're just not the greatest. You like the bird one? Yeah, that's Fezandipity. That one's the one that I actually like. It actually looks really cool. Peach Rut, Pekka Runt, or Petra Runt. I know it's officially called Petra Runt. I just can't bring myself to say Petra Berry. It just does. It hits the ear so wrong for me. I've always called it Pekka Berry. So I just call it Pekka Runt. Do I like Ice-Q? Ice-Q's cool. It's not a legendary though. You want to hunt Mew? Where'd you get your old C map? So I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel on how to, like, this is from like so long ago, so it's probably a little longer than it needs to be because I didn't like script anything. But I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel on how to do it with non-English European copies of Emerald. It's just glitches that you can do that can, like, unlock the event. I think there are ways to get it in Japanese and English without a cheating device, but I don't know how to do those, so you'd have to look them up. It's probably a similar process. Other than that, you would have to use some sort of, like, distribution cartridge or R4 or something like that to, like, inject the event into your game. So, I mean, there's options. But if you want to do something just straight up in-game, you'd have to use, like, glitches for it, which is what I did. What's up, Midnight Joe? Welcome in. Oh, Gen 6. Yeah, Gen 6 only has the 3, which is so odd. It's so odd that they went... It's like, Gen 1 had... If we're including... let's not include Mythicals. I feel like including Mythicals will make it messy. But, like, Gen 1 has 4. Gen 2 has 5. Gen 3 has 6, 7, 8. It has 8. Gen 4 has 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Has 9 outside of Mythicals. Gen 5 has 3, 6, 9. Is there any outside of those trios that I'm not thinking of for Gen 5? So 9. So, like, Gen 3 through 5 has, like, a similar number of legendaries. And then Gen 6 just has 3. Is the least amount of any generation. So weird. I don't know what they were thinking with Gen 6 in, like, the roster of Pokemon, because Gen 7 and 8, like, they make sense being less legendary, like, or not legendaries, but just, like, less Pokemon in the decks, because that's when they started doing, like, regional variants and stuff. So, like, they added more Pokemon than you would think, but in terms of, like, actual dex entries, there's not, like, a ton. But Gen 6 is literally just, like, alright, there's, like, no regional variants, and there's also, like, no dex entries. Like, it's pretty much just, like, Vivians and Furfrus that are filling up the count. It's a really strange choice. How goes the shunting? I don't think I've ever heard someone say that. I mean, we're doing well in Legends in terms of shinies, because we got shiny Magnemite yesterday, but in terms of, like, this stuff down here, pretty bad. Does it transfer up to home even in English? Because you heard it doesn't work if it's not Japanese. That could be a lie you heard. Yeah, it's definitely a lie. I don't know. There's some people out there, I guess, that just... There's so many people that just don't fact-check themselves before they start spewing misinformation. Like, I had to open up Pokemon Home to prove people that this transfers up, because so many people were coming into my Twitch chat, Twitch and YouTube chat, being like, oh, this Mew is illegal, you can't send it up. And it's like, I had to prove to people that you can send it up. What's up, Mr. Cad? Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How about you? But yeah, I guess some people, because obviously the event only got officially released in Japan in the past. But what people don't realize is that Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Home do not take language into account when they do legality checkers. All they care about is that you get the Pokemon the way it was, like, distributed. So even though the, like, event was only released in Japan in the past, if you get the event in the other languages, the game still see Bank and Home still see that as Mew from Faraway Island in Emerald. That's good. And it sends up. But yeah, so many people, like, believe that it's, like, an illegal Mew. Like, technically it's not, like, fully legit, because you're not supposed to have it in non-Japanese. And I clearly didn't get it from the official event that was released. But, yeah, legal, like, there's a difference between legality and legitimacy, and it's 100% legal. I have like 3 of them from my Spanish Emerald in home. Not shiny, but it doesn't. They don't take. The only time shininess is taken into account for illegal Pokemon is Arceus from Gen 4. For some reason, you can send Arceus up into Bank from Diamond if you level it up to level 100 and delete every move except for Judgment. But if it's shiny, it doesn't send up. That's like the only time shininess matters. Other than that, Bank and Home don't check shininess because in older games, obviously, except for like newer games, but in older games, everything could just be shiny. So it's like if you could encounter that Pokemon, you could get it shiny. So it'd be unfair to anyone who legitimately got the Mew event in Japan and then found a shiny randomly and then it didn't send up. What's up, Chris Mar? Welcome in. Thank you for the shiny luck. Have I not gotten a Distortion yet? I haven't. Must be a 40-minute one. Been like 30 minutes already. I did have to sleep in a tent though, because it started... Didn't it start thunderstorming? GG's on the Magnemite. Yeah, it was crazy. There was someone in chat, Ultra Beast, that like, we got a Distortion to show up. It was the first Distortion since perfecting everything, and they were like, I'm guessing shiny Magnemite from this. And I was like, that'd be pretty crazy. And then we got shiny Magnemite from it. One of the rare shinies in Legends. It is funny because both of the crazy rare shinies I've gotten in Legends, if I evolve them, make them not as rare. Because the Burmy I got, like, Burmy is super rare in Legends, but it's like Burmy and Wormadam are rare, and Mothim is like super common, and my Burmy is a male, so if I were to evolve it, it'd be like nowhere near as cool. And then same with the Magnemite. Like Magnemite and Magneton are like really rare in Legends as shinies, but like Magnezone you can just like hunt normally with the flying ones. So it's like anyone could just get Magnezone in Legends, but Magnemite and Magneton are like crazy rare. Posting misinformation is not based and is cringe. Also, hey, still on the Regirock ORS grind. Good luck. I think people just hear something, interpret it a certain way that is incorrect, and then think they are, like, helping people. I don't think it's, like, an intentional, like, oh, I'm gonna, like, fool people. No, I think it's, like, people hear this event was only released in Japan, and they... Oh my gosh, I just completely smacked my camera. It's actually good, because I was gonna slightly adjust this anyway, because I feel like it's slightly angled. There we go. No, maybe that's too angled. I couldn't even tell if I moved it. Oh, I don't think I did. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I was gonna do that anyway, so it's okay that I smacked my camera. But yeah, I like people see it as like, oh, this Mew event was only released in Japan, and they interpret that as therefore any way this Mew is not from Japan, that means it's not gonna send up, it's illegal, it's illegitimate, whatever. And they just see that as fact when it's like, okay, it's more complicated than that. Like you got one little nugget of the information and you're giving yourself all the details based on an assumption. When there's a lot more to that. What's up, Brian? What's up, Ultra Buzzwole? Welcome in. Thank you for the shiny luck. Thinking of getting every Deoxys form in your living decks, and you're planning out teams for 3 more playthroughs? Nice. Are you talking shiny or just, like, normal ones? And I'm guessing you're doing it in Emerald, right? I use the same team every time playing through. You start with Mudkip. Mudkip is, like, the best one to start with, because it's just really useful. You catch yourself like a Zigzagoon for HMs. Then you catch a Tailo to help beat the second gym. Because obviously Mudkip's going to just destroy the first gym. And then after Tailo, after you beat the second gym, you get an Electrike. Electrike is kind of hard to level up, but once it gets like, once you beat the second or the third gym, which will give you access to Shockwave, Electrike's really good. Which you can obviously with Marshtomp just beat the second gym really easily. Or the third gym. And then after that, you pretty much just use that team until 4-Tree City, and then you catch yourself an Absol. And that's the whole team. Dude, I can't see anything, man. So dark. But I think we're safe here. Oh wait, the distortion started. Wait, what the heck? I didn't even know this thing showed up, but it just started, so we're fine. Let me switch this over. I was like, why is there a shard on the ground? How did I miss that? All right, let's switch to this. I'm gonna mute my games so that I can actually like hear if a shiny shows up, because last time I couldn't hear it, and if it wasn't a Magnemite, I probably would have failed it. All right, let me start recording. There we go. All right. Oh, I need audio. I don't have audio. All right, now I have audio. All right, yeah, we're not gonna be missing like anything. It just started. I just need one of these Magnemites to be alpha. It's crazy that I gotta, like, this keeps happening. A lot of the alphas we need, we're getting shinies before them. And even with, like, max shiny odds in this game, the alphas are still more common. By, like, a decent amount. So it's like I got a shiny Munchlax and Magnemite before alpha Munchlax and alpha Magnemite. It's like, how? Alright, there should be one more Magnemite that I have not seen yet. Oh. It's gonna be like over here, I think. Oh, it's not alpha. Pretty cool. Shiny Alakazam would be really cool. Shiny anything from the Eevee line would be really cool. Maybe those plump beans. Actually, I don't think I need plump beans anymore. I've been using plump beans to like feed Pokemon because a lot of times you need to like feed Pokemon for research, but I have everything perfected. Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, I woke it up. I think I got all the items. Dude, I need Vaporeon to be shiny. That'd be such a cool one. Like, Flareon obviously would be cool too, but Flareon's just nowhere near as cool of a shiny. I mean, Rhyperior would be pretty cool too. That Staraptor spawned like immediately. Or Staravia, not Staraptor. Alpha Glamia, let's go. I'm gonna pick up these caster ferns. Sticky globs are just way too good, and they're not that hard to craft. All right, time to go back. I need to be more on top of checking the map because I almost missed that one. First ever shiny was a shiny Rag and Roll, and nice. Sadly, Gen 3 Absol can't take advantage of its dark moves because they're special. Yeah, but you don't need that. You just need, like, it is a shame that it gets Bite and it's kind of a useless move. But it gets Swords Dance and you can teach it Strength. And it's insane. It's like so powerful. It'll one-shot everything like after like a Swords Dance. Oh, just normally you'll play Alpha Sapphire. I just feel like for playing the games with mons you like don't use often. Yeah, that makes sense. I tried to do that and then I realized it like takes way too long and I'm just like, what am I doing? That's why it's fun to do that with like DTQs. Like, play with, like, Pokemon you don't very often, but they're, like, shiny. So you, like, hunt for, like, Pokemon you wouldn't use on a playthrough. Quick question, when is Pokemon Bank not going to be in use anymore? No one knows. There has not been an announcement. Yeah, it doesn't learn, like, it really just learns, like, Bite. And there's, like, maybe one other dark move it learns that's, like, attacking. Which, like, you can have Bite on it in case there's, like, a Psychic type or something that you don't really have anything good for. And it's still, like, whatever, but usually you can just make the most out of, like, getting a couple Swords Dances off and then just, like, one-shotting everything with Strength. Like, it's so good. And for some reason, Absol levels up really fast. Like, it's super easy to level up. How does a three-eyed robot sleep? I don't know. They have to sleep at the same time. Do you know that the final boss isn't actually Arceus, is the guy who charges exorbitant amounts of money for item space? I did actually just beat him. I have max item. Legends Arceus was probably the craziest Pokemon game to play through. Like, that was crazy. That was the kind of game that, like, I just had to tell people about it when I was, like... Like, my cousin is kind of... He's not, like, super into Pokemon, but he played, like, Platinum as a kid. And he got BDSP. But he didn't get Legends Arceus. And I was like, dude, I gotta tell you about, like, this game. It's kind of crazy. Because he'll, like, ask me about it. Like, he asked me about Scarlet and Violet, and he's like, do you think Scarlet and Violet's worth getting? And I was like, no. And then he asked me about Legends Arceus, and I was like, Legends Arceus is probably, like, one of the best modern Pokemon games we've ever had. In terms of playing through, I still think my favorite Pokemon game is on the Switch is Sword and Shield. But that's mainly because I think the shiny hunting in it is great, and I have reasons to keep going back to it. But in terms of, like, playing through, I think Legends Arceus was by far the best game. I don't even think Scarlet and Violet comes close. To be sleeping, you have to be alive. A magnet is not alive. I think they are sentient. I think it is alive. They have a great base to improve upon ZA. I'm kind of like worried about Legends ZA, if I'm being honest. We don't know how it's gonna be. I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be like Legends Arceus, but it's just like, I don't know. On one hand, I don't want them to mess up what made Legends Arceus great. On the other hand, I still have a lot of issues with Legends Arceus, and I don't want those things to be like in Legends ZA. And also, I don't really want any more overworld Pokemon games. I'm kind of over it. So I'm a very mixed bag on Legends ZA right now. The item storage guy is a true villain. Yeah, how much money do you have to spend for the full thing? Like, it's a lot. Like, the last few, it's like, one is like 300,000, then it's like 500,000, then it's like 600,000. Like, you have to spend like millions. And the last one is $1 million. Is like, you have to spend millions of Poké-Dollars on it. Full game being in a city is what makes you have doubts. I think they'll pull it off. Like, I can't imagine they'll like... I just don't know how they're gonna do it. I think they will pull that off. It's just like mechanically, I don't know how it's gonna work. Because like obviously, I think in terms of like an open world Pokemon game, I think they need to go the route that Legends Arceus took. That being said, I don't really want there to be that many more open world Pokemon games. I think for the most part, it didn't really work. I think classic traditional style Pokemon games are what they need to focus on more because those have way more to offer. Open world Pokemon games have a lot more to offer in terms of like just playing through the game. But traditional style games have a lot more to offer beyond that. And I just think like, I don't know. And who knows, like the Legends genre of Pokemon games could all be completely different mechanically from each other. Like, we did not see gameplay on Legends ZA. We have no idea what it's going to look like or play like. But it's pretty safe to assume it'll probably be like Legends Arceus. I think Pokemon should do more single-player games. I don't know what you mean by that, because if I'm not mistaken, every mainline Pokemon game is single player. They just have some co-op elements. Because even Scarlet and Violet, there's not much you can do in terms of co-op in Scarlet and Violet. Like, I was very disappointed with like the Union Circle feature. I thought it would have been so cool if they had like their own like racing game mode in that you could like race friends on like Koraidon and Miraidon. But they literally just like, they just made it like a janky way to shiny hunt that didn't really matter. Like, there's just no depth in Scarlet and Violet, man. Like, dude, I saw videos of people complaining that people were like stealing their shinies in Union Circle. It's like, then don't do Union Circle. You don't even get as many encounters anyway. Because the game can't handle it. So we get a gameplay trailer, we'll have an idea. Or we won't have an idea until we get a gameplay trailer. That's the thing, like, my friend, I know he's, like, kind of excited about it, but, like, he's been constantly messaging me about, like, speculating about, like, what do you think's gonna get a Mega Evolution? What do you think's gonna get a new form? What do you think's this is that? I'm like, dude, I'm not in a position to, like, speculate about this game yet, because we know nothing about it, except that it's in Lumio City, and, like, a few Pokemon are confirmed for it. Like, I can't really be interested in speculating until we start, like, seeing more from the game. We literally got nothing from that trailer because it's, like, wasn't ready, which I'm okay with. But I can't be, like, trying to predict exactly what's going to be happening in the game when we know absolutely nothing about it. Mega Charizard Z. It's funny because people are, like, memeing about that, but, like, honestly, I could totally see them doing that. Same with Mewtwo. I could see him doing it with Mewtwo as well. I am curious if they're going to like every Pokemon that has ever had a Mega. I wonder if they're all gonna be in Legends ZA. Because here's the thing. What's really exciting about Megas coming back is that one thing I hated about Pokemon Home is that like there's all these Pokemon in Gen 6 and 7 that get Mega Evolutions. Not like new ones in Gen 7, but you can Mega Evolve them in Gen 7. And once you send them up into Home, it's like all those Pokemon just can't Mega Evolve anymore, and it kind of sucks. But with Legends ZA now, and with the backwards compatibility of like Home from like Gen 9 to 8, it really does feel like a more cohesive, like, alright, now on the Switch, these Pokemon can be Mega again if you put them in this game, but they don't have to stay in that game. You can move them into other games, and I think that's cool. But it does beg the question, it's like, are they actually going to have, like, Mewtwo, Charizard? I'm sure they'll probably have Charizard. But it's like, are they going to have every single Pokemon that had a Mega in X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire on top of new ones? So that they can have all those Pokemon with Megas on the Switch? So I am curious about that. I really hope they do. But I'm just not sure, because, I mean, there's some pretty random ones, you know? Like, it's just like Mega Latios and Latios, and like Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, Mega Rayquaza. Like, are those actually gonna be in Legends ZA? Because if we go off of Legends Arceus, the dex is pretty limited. Or like, not even the dex, just the kind of Pokemon you can send into Legends Arceus is pretty limited. Like, it's pretty much, like, in terms of legendaries, it is just the Gen 4 legendaries plus genies. Right? It is the Gen 4 legendaries plus the Unova genies and Enamorous. So it's like, are they actually gonna give us, like, Mega Garchomp? Well, I know that's not legendary, but, like, pseudo-legendary. Like, are they gonna give us, like, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Latios, Mega Latios, like, all these Hoenn Pokemon because of ORAS? I'm not sure. I think there's some, like, ones that are a given. Like, I think for sure we're gonna be getting, like, Mega Gardevoir and Gallade again. Probably Mega Heracross. But yeah, some of them are just like, are we gonna be seeing these Pokemon in Legends ZA in order to just have them be capable of Mega Evolving on the Switch? I don't know. I hope so. What's up, the Gaming Trico? Not sure how much sense it would make to see the Lotties who can Mega Evolve in ZA. Create Mega Sylveon. You mean, like, you think they wouldn't include them? I mean, like, I'm kind of like, I hope they include them, but I just don't know if I can see them including, like, all those random Pokemon that got Megas just for consistency. But it would be cool, because it does feel like they are trying to, like, include everything on the Switch that they can. Like, there's a solid chance we get Patrat and... Well, I don't know about Patrat, but there's a solid chance we get the Elemental Monkeys back in Legends ZA. And we are for sure getting Furfrou back. So it's like, there would only be, like, Patrat and then, like, the Megas that wouldn't be available on the Switch at that point. So if they included all those in Legends ZA, it would kind of have everything be available again. Flygon would be cool. I kind of hope they do a Dragonite. Either a regional variant or a Mega would be cool. It'd be cool to see something... It's like a hit or miss, because, like... It'd be really cool to see something new with Dragonite, but I hope they don't, like, mess it up. What's up, Clement? Thank you for the good luck. Pikachu not in Legends Z. Yeah, sure. Pikachu wasn't in, like, Black and White, right? There's like one game in the series where Pikachu's just like not in. You have to like it's like a transfer only Pokemon. Your boy Hydreigon needs some love. It would be cool if they gave like something to a pseudo legendary to every pseudo legendary. Because it's weird that's like Tyranitar, Salamence, Metagross, Garchomp. Like if those pseudo legendaries can get megas, what's stopping them from doing like Dragonite and Hydreigon and Komo-o? But then they would have to do like I can't see them doing Baxcalibur. So I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of going crazy with these encounters today. Maybe it's because I'm not seeing the distortions as often. Strange no Regirock, Registeel, and Regigigas and Legends. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like, how the heck is Regigigas activated without the three of them? See, like, so there's some things like that that would have just made, like, not that it's, like, a big deal that they aren't in, but, like, imagine if they had, like, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and then, like, Regidrago and Regieleki in Legends, too. Like, that'd be cool. It was already cool that they had, like, the genies and then Enamorus. Alright, the thing's about to start, so I'm gonna do one more encounter. Mega Goodra. Thing is, like, Goodra already got a Hisuian form, so I don't know if they would do a Mega. But I guess they have a Mega Slowbro and Galarian Slowbro, so who knows. Which new Mega Evolution would you like to see come out? I mean, Dragonite, probably. Just, like, my favorite Pokemon that hasn't gotten anything done with it since its release. Alright, let's set this up. Alright, let's do this. It's like, how many more distortions am I gonna have to do just to find an alpha Magnemite? I got Shieldon and Bastiodon, like, really fast. I also got Sneasel pretty quickly, too. And then I got Cyndaquil as well. Bruh, are you kidding me? An Alpha Magneton? I'm gonna catch it anyway. I don't need this one. But I'll catch it anyway, because it's rare. See, I knew that would happen, man. I knew I would get the evolved one I don't need. That's what sucks about only needing the unevolved one. Have I already seen all three of them? Did they all just, or did that one just wander over here? That one might have wandered. There might still be one more. Oh yeah, they're all Magnetons, dude. We've gotten so many Magnemites in a row, and then it's like Alpha Magneton. Yay. That's so disappointing, dude. I knew that was gonna happen. This is like the only... actually, Sneasel. Well, Sneasel we're not guaranteed anymore, but like... This and Sneasel and like the field ones are the only places where you're like guaranteed to get like the special Distortion exclusives that you can't get like through other means. So it sucks getting like one we don't need from it. Like if I just got it's like, how am I getting 3 of the Magnemite line Alpha and none of them are actually Magnemite when Magnemite's the most common one? Sneasel's gonna be tough. Like, Sneasel at first was guaranteed, but I have 2 male ones, so now I only need female Sneasel. And then all the other places, you can get starters as well, which is gonna suck, especially for the Highlands. Actually, honestly, I feel like it's gonna be worse with the Mirelands, because I need all 3 Porygons So every time an alpha syndic, and I've already gotten an alpha syndiquil from it, so it's like every time a syndiquil shows up, it's just gonna really suck. Like it. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're back. Maybe that is my internet. But usually when my internet goes out, my OBS doesn't reconnect. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. At least it's this is like yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday and today are like the only 2 times in my entire streaming career where OBS has disconnected and also like successfully reconnected. So I don't know if that was like in the update, because it's never been able to do that. But I guess it's fine that it does that, because now it's just like a lag spike as opposed to me having to like shut the stream down and then start a new one. So that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. It's still annoying, but it's not like awful. Well, that was a really disappointing distortion. It's just like I've done so many distortions here, and I get Magneton of all things. Like, I already got a Magneton. This one's level 72 as well. I got both of these from Distortions, but it was before I started this challenge. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think the Magnezone was like the first Distortion Magnezone I've seen. Oh well, we'll just put it in the pile of like rare alphas I have, I guess, that are duplicates. And now we continue waiting. Oh well. It'll happen at some point. It just isn't today, I guess. Unless we get it, like, next Distortion, which would be awesome. Like, again, like, it's kind of crazy that I've gotten Alpha Magnezone and 2 Magnetons and a Shiny Magnemite before an Alpha Magnemite, you know? Like, it's just, those odds don't add up. Quick question, you just got a Shiny Swablu and Emerald 5 hours random encounters. Does it mean you'll have a Shiny chance every 5 hours, or is it random? So, if you reset your game, technically there is going to be a shiny frame that shows up at roughly the same time. But, it's like random. On average, you get a shiny frame like every like 2 to 2.5 minutes. So, you passed hundreds of shiny frames already. So, it's not going to... And also, the frames only advance when you are outside of battle. So in a battle, like, it depends on how long you were in that battle. Like, you can't just time it like that. The only way you can effectively time shiny frames is if you have, like, a really early one. Favorite is Gliscor. You're having all your fingers crossed for Mega Gliscor. Interesting. That's an interesting favorite, but it's a cool Pokemon. Maybe because he's perfect as it is. There's only... I mean, that is true. But like... The Dragonite fan in me is just curious to see how they would go about a new version of Dragonite, you know? Because, like, I'm kind of conflicted, because, like, on one hand, it's like, yeah, I don't want them to, like, mess up Dragonite, but on the other hand, I am curious to see what they would do. Pretty much only the first black and white. Although it'd be kind of fun to have something like Gen 5 soft remake type vibe where all the mods are new. Yeah, I wish they did that. I wish they did that. They probably will never do that again. Because in an interview, they said they probably won't ever do that again because Black and White sold pretty badly. And it's just, I wish I lived through that era. Like, I mean, I lived through that era. But I wasn't into Pokemon when that was a thing. And it would have been cool to experience a new generation where every Pokemon is new. Because that's one of my main complaints with, like, some of the modern games, especially Scarlet and Violet. And I think Scarlet and Violet, I don't think it's really Scarlet and Violet's, like, fault. I think it's more so the fact that it's, like, because of it being open world and whatnot, it's just you notice these things more. But it's like, when I play through a Pokemon game, I want to do, like, a team of the new Pokemon. But in Scarlet and Violet, it's like, dude, you gotta look really freaking hard to find those new Pokemon because you're getting spammed with Deerlings and Skiddos and Scatterbugs and like all of the same like old Pokemon that we've seen over and over again. So it's like, I don't know, it just gets old like that. Like I would love to experience a new generation where every Pokemon is new for like at least the first initial like story. You were away from Pokemon during the Gen 5 era. Yeah, I wasn't into Pokemon in the Gen 5 era. That was my phase of, like, I'm in middle school and Pokemon is for babies era. As a kid, my Pokemon, at least in terms of mainline games, my Pokemon lifespan was not that big. It started in Gen 4 and ended in Gen 4. It was like my first mainline Pokemon game was Pearl, and then my last mainline game when I like was Platinum, and then I didn't get Heart Gold Soul Silver because I was like I didn't care enough, and then I just had no interest when Black and White came out. For Pokemon standards, they didn't sell well, but still sold like 15 million copies. Yeah, I mean, but that's still a big difference, you know? How many copies did, like, Sword and Shield sell? Now, I will say, a lot of people see, like, oh, these games sell so well, which means they're gonna keep making them bad and stuff. The main reason why, like, even with Scarlet and Violet being, like, a critical disaster when it comes to Pokemon, and, like, still being, like, an awful game that doesn't run properly and just has, like, no sense of, like, care put into it, at least in my opinion, those games still sold incredibly well, and that the main reason for that, which I didn't realize this until recently, the main reason for that is because of how crazy popular the Switch just is. Welcome back. I was gone for like 2 seconds. I don't know what happened to you. We disconnected for like 2 seconds and then it auto reconnected, which is great that it did that because it sucks when it disconnects and then doesn't reconnect and then I have to like restart everything. I was into Pokemon before Gen 4. I just didn't have like a mainline game until Gen 4, which I'm not sure why. You forgot to refresh instantly. Oh, you have to refresh the stream. Because like on mine, I have like the Twitch creator tab thing open, and after like a couple seconds, it just auto starts like going again. So I didn't know you had to refresh. Your first was Emerald on an emulator pretty late into your teens, then you stopped for several years and only got back to Pokemon through BDSP. I mean, my cousin's even, like... My cousin had, like, Platinum. And then... I love waiting 10 minutes just to... I am not at the crafting table, what the heck. I love waiting 10 minutes just to get a weather that I can't get a distortion in. It's cool. My cousin got platinum. I don't know if he had diamond and pearl, but he got platinum. And then didn't get any other Pokemon games until BDSP. And those are like his only Pokemon games he has. Are you kidding me? I just slept until nightfall. It stayed thunderstorm, and then I sleep till morning again, and now it's intense sunlight. These weathers should not be this common for how awful they are. Okay, finally. Finally, we can start a timer that could last up to 45 minutes for this stupid distortion. I can't wait till I'm done with the coastlands. It's gonna be nice going. I might do the Mirelands next, just to like start trying to get Porygon. Because everything else I've like started to an extent. Like I don't like Sneasel. I have the Sneasel line alpha. I just don't have them female. And then the fossils, I have the full shield online. I just need the 2 Cranidoses. So it's only Porygon that I haven't like started yet. So that's gonna be like a big one. So I might do Mirelands next. After we get Alpha Magnemite, if it ever happens. Coastlands just wanted to cosplay as Florida. I don't live in Florida, so I don't really get the reference. Just because it rains a lot. It is ironic that Florida is considered the sun. It's called the Sunshine State, but it rains so often in Florida. Florida weather is indecisive. Michigan weather is known for changing rapidly. Weather in Michigan, it'll be like, and it's more so like not like rain to sunshine kind of deal, because that kind of happens everywhere. But it's kind of like in terms of like temperature. Like literally like 2 days ago it was 70 degrees, and now it's like I don't even think I think it's like 38 now. Like it'll go from like summer weather to winter weather in a couple days here in Michigan. Like it was literally like 60s, 70s in February, and then like all of March was like 30s and 40s. Very random. I'm so glad I'm like good at doing this Mew thing now. Hopefully we get shiny Mew soon. Yeah, we're still shiny hunting Bidoof. You got your first shiny in post-game BSP Afiro, and from there you have GBA cards for Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, DS cards for Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Black, and the 3DS Era Games UI. Thanks, BDSP. I had a fake... I still have the copy. I still use it, actually. My friend gave me a fake copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green, which... As a kid, I had no idea that they were fake. Like we didn't know that was like a thing. And my friend was just like, I can't get these games to work, so do you want them? And I'm like, okay. So he gave them to me. Leaf Green didn't hold a save at all. Anytime you tried to save, it would just delete the save file. Fire Red worked for me completely fine, so I kept the Fire Red. And that was, for a while, that was the only mainline game I had besides Ruby. I kept my Ruby after all those years. So, when my friend convinced me to shiny hunt Dratini, because I like Dragonite so much, I did it, and then after that I was like, yep, this will be my personality now. But I'm kind of glad it happened, because, like, I probably wouldn't have considered even, like, Are you kidding me? Another thunderstorm? What is this? We're literally just, like, waiting 30 minutes for nothing. Like, I don't get it. This is why I think this is a bad system. Because when you have, like, it literally just resets the time. It, like, pauses the timer and then resets it when the weather changes. So it's just like, ugh. It's so bad. But yeah, like I'm glad I got into like shiny hunting and stuff because I wouldn't have like acquired the Pokemon collection that I had as a kid. Like when I got into Pokemon, yeah, I think it was shiny hunting. Cause like I got into Pokemon because we were playing like emulators and stuff, and then my friend mentioned that like he had the actual hardware, and I was like, I do too, so I should just do that. And my intention was just to like play through Fire Red and just like catch all the Pokemon in Fire Red. But then when I got into like shiny hunting, that's when I wanted to like start hunting more shinies on different games, and that's when I started like getting more of the games that I used to have as a kid. And now I have like every mainline Pokemon game, and I'm only, it's not mainline, but it connects, and I'm only missing Coliseum. You get windy, rain, sun, and cold all in one day here in PE. We don't get it like quite that rapidly. We just get like temperature craziness where we're at. Like weather can be crazy everywhere, where you can have it be like storming and then in like an hour it'll be like sunny. Like that's just how weather works. But yeah, in terms of like temperatures and stuff, going from like hot to cold in a day is just kind of crazy. Mr. Apollo made it. Welcome in. You have questions? You know what happens to your Pokemon data when you initialize without deleting save data? You'll have to be more specific. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, what do we, like, what's the context? Initialize, like, what game, what context? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What's up, Yo-Yo Jonas? You're in St. Louis, so you feel that? How many resets are you with the Mew? We're not doing any resets on Mew, but we are. There is a giant number on screen next to the shiny Mew on the layout that does tell you how many encounters we've done. I don't like to correct people, but I correct people with saying resets for this hunt because you cannot reset for Mew in Emerald. You cannot really reset for shinies in Emerald. There are ways around it, but it's like, don't go into a shiny hunt thinking you can reset for it in Emerald because you will get burned. And you just won't get it, so we're doing runaways from you. And yeah, there's a big old number on screen right next to the Mew that says hunting. And it keeps going up every time we encounter them. That's how many we're in. What's up, Cozy Shine? Thank you for the shiny luck. We're doing all right. I'm a little disappointed because I got an Alpha Magneton in Legends, which I don't need. I just need Magnemite, and I knew that would happen, so I'm very disappointed about that. You got scammed out of 100 Canadian bucks for fake Emerald cartridges. That was before you got back into Pokemon. Yeah, my friend did that too. I say my friend. These are all different people I'm referring to when I say my friend. Like every time. Recently, my friend was like, I just bought a copy of Emerald for like 30 bucks online. He's like, can you tell if it's fake? And it was. Like, he showed it to me, and I immediately knew it was fake. Like, now that I have that knowledge, it's, like, I think GBA cartridges are very easy to spot if they're fake. But, oh my gosh, and then intense sunlight again. We've gotten 4 or 5 intense weathers in the past, like, 30 minutes. Like, we're just never gonna get a distortion like this. Like, unless we get a 5-minute timer, we're just not getting a distortion if the weather keeps turning into intense weather every 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, like, now it's obvious to me, like, if copies are fake or real, especially Gen 3. But yeah, before it was like, when we were kids, like, we didn't even know that it was, like, fake copy. We were just like, why is this game not saved? That's weird. First ever shiny was a random Haunter in the Pokemon X. You were shocked and learned Haunter's dex number is your favorite number 93. Even more fitting was Ghastly was your first alpha shiny. congrats, but I'm a little curious, why is 93 your favorite number? That's a very oddly specific number. Like, I get people being like 7 or like 3. 93 is very specific, though. Too easy to spot. Yeah, it's very easy to spot on Game Boy cartridges if you know what you're looking for. And for those who don't know, I can show off anyway if anyone's wondering. Here's an authentic Fire Red. Here's a fake Fire Red. Not only is there a battery in here, which Fire Red doesn't have a battery, but the label's completely different. The plastic is different. And the best way to tell, because obviously there's times where like the label can peel off and people will just replace the labels, so that's like one thing. But the easiest way to tell is that it needs to have this like metallic rectangle on the back. This one doesn't have it. It's got this like metallic rectangle with like a cross in the middle. This one doesn't have it. That's the easiest way to tell. So if you ever look at like eBay listings and you see a good deal, make sure you can get a photo of the back of it. If you don't see that, it's guaranteed fake. Why do you not RNG manipulate to abuse broken RNG of Gen 3? Were you the one who commented on my stream yesterday? There was someone who commented on my stream asking about that. I don't understand that question because it seems so odd to me that people don't understand why people shiny hunt. If I'm gonna RNG manipulate, I may as well just hack them in, you know? Like, there's nothing cool about it. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing that makes it rare. The reason why shinies are worth going for is because they're rare, not just because they're a different color. Like, if all I cared about was the different colored Pokemon, I'd fire up my action replay and just hack in every shiny. But that's not the point of them. The point is that they're rare. So taking away that rarity through RNG abuse, that there's no interest in that. There's nothing special about that. There's no reason to do it. It was fun getting back into old games for the sake of filling your shiny living decks at home. The shiny hunting pipeline of going back to the old games for rare shinies is real. I wish I just hope that in like future Pokemon games they keep that rarity of shinies. Because like shiny hunting in modern games for me is like an all-time low right now, just because again, it's the same sentiment I have with like RNG abuse. Less so, I have more I have a more negative opinion towards RNG abuse than I do towards like how shiny hunting works in Scarlet and Violet. But it's still similar. Like, again, like when shinies are as easy as they are in like Scarlet and Violet, I'm not interested. There's nothing interesting about a shiny that took you 5 minutes to find. You know? At least in my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on that. So, but I will say for people that do hunt in Scarlet and Violet versus people that RNG abuse for shinies, at least Scarlet and Violet, you're doing it legitimately, and that's still cool in its own way. I think there's really nothing cool about RNG abuse unless you're trying to like learn something out of it. But if you're doing it just to get shinies, I think there's nothing cool about it. Time to hunt Eevee for Fire Red DTQ. Good luck. I need to start the Eevee line. I have my bingo card, and I was looking at it yesterday, and there's like most of the hunts on it are reset hunts, and I'm just like, I just need like a quick hunt, man. All of my hunts have been so long.
This does put a smile on my face.
Dark Eevee Magicians, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. That's crazy I didn't get an encounter on that. Are bingo hunts ones you pick or random? Been curious about that. It's just ones you pick. It's just a way to, like, kind of plan out what you might be hunting this year. Like, if you have hunts in mind, just be like, alright, I'll put on the bingo card so that I have a reason to go for it if I'm, like, getting close to a bingo. Although, for me, I'm pretty bad at doing the bingo card, so I might start doing a thing where, like, I can't make a new bingo. Maybe, like, instead of basing it off of the year, it's I can't make a bingo card until I have filled out everything on the last one. I'm not sure, though. Because there's still going to be hunts I want to do that aren't even on my bingo card that I want to do, like, soon. What time is it? 3:25. I might have to take a quick break. Just, like, get up and walk around for a bit, get more water. What's your favorite shiny hunt for legendary or mythic? Well, in terms of, like, a hunt, like, they're all very similar, where they're just, like, resets. In terms of, like, what, like, my favorite shiny mythical or legendary is, Mew is definitely up there, which is why I'm hunting Mew right now. I think, I mean, there's a lot of really cool shiny legendaries and mythicals. Like, I love, like, shiny Giratina is awesome. Ho-Oh and Lugia are really cool, but I've never done any of them. The only, like, mythical or legendary hunts I've, like, done and completed have been Darkrai and Shaman. So, in terms of ones I've completed, I guess it's those two. I do really like shiny Shaman, though, and shiny Darkrai is really cool, too. You let go a lot of your RNG shinies and BDSP and going through your whole legendary list through good old soft resets in older games of DAs. Redoing your shiny unknown alphabet without RNG. That's cool. And, like, I have total respect to people that, like, there's a lot of people, I made a video on, like, telling people, like, what shinies you have to get in older games that you can't get in, like, the Switch in case Bank shuts down. And, there's a lot of people that said, like, because obviously Manaphy is one of them, Jirachi is one of them, you know, like, those are really difficult shiny hunts. And there were some people that said, I'm gonna RNG abuse these just to have them. And after, I will go back and full odds hunt them, like, properly. And I was like, that I have total respect for that. Just to be like, alright, I don't want to have to worry about the FOMO, so let me just RNG abuse these to get them. But I do want to hunt them, like, the correct way in the future, and I have total respect for that. But and I totally understand wanting to RNG abuse Pokemon games just to, like, mess around with them or to, like, figure something out or learn something new. Like, I totally get that. I've used action replay just to, like, learn things in Pokemon games, just to see if, like, certain things count as legal or whatnot. So, like, I totally get that. But I just will never really understand, like, using RNG abuse to get, like, a shiny living dex. Because not only are shinies, like, super easy in modern games to do legitimately, but also, like, if you're just gonna RNG abuse shinies to count for, like, a living dex, then you may as well just, like, hack. Because you're using exploits to do something that's unintentional. It's like, you may as well just hack at that point, if all you care about is getting the shiny as fast as possible, you know? So I just never really understand that. Just started working, so been able to pick up some game copies. Got this Fire Red like a week ago, and you have a platinum copy on the way, so you have a lot of hunts planned this year. That's awesome. Yeah, games are expensive, but sometimes, like, the advice I could give is just, like, set a little money aside at a time. Just save up. And eventually you'll have your collection. You don't have to keep buying them. Or you can just buy Japanese copies. I plan to buy a Japanese copy of Sapphire, and I was looking online. They're still only, like, $20. For, like, an authentic Japanese Sapphire. I bought Ruby, like, a year ago for, like, $18, so. Dude, I think I'm just destined to not get a Distortion anymore in this. I'm gonna do this. I'm just destined to not get a Distortion. It just keeps changing to intense weather. Only few RNG Chinese remaining in your living decks, mainly Shaman, Darkrai, Arceus from BDSP, and some fossils, but you might replace those in the far future. Yeah, go for it, replace them. It'd be so much, it's just more rewarding when you get them, like, legitimately. That's your plan too. You're limited by the shutdown time limits, especially with the time-sensitive event Pokemon. If they weren't time-sensitive, you would shiny at them legit, probably also. BDSP Arceus soon. BDSP Arceus is not time-sensitive, so that one you can do anytime. Same, and if you have the event items for Darkrai and Shaman and BDSP, those also aren't time-sensitive. But yeah, like anything from like Gen 7 and earlier, that's like exclusive to Gen 7 or earlier. Yeah, those are in a way time sensitive because there hasn't been a confirmed date of Bank shutting down, but I mean, you'd be a fool if you think they're just never gonna shut Bank down, because they definitely will. Getting a deep understanding of how the games were made is really cool with RNG and shinies. Yeah, like that makes sense, but like getting them and like counting them as like for your shiny living decks is just like, I don't know. It's just like, I get the same like feeling as I do when people like brag about hacking stuff in games. Like who like no one cares. Like, you can go do something better with your life. You know, like it's just not impressive. It just sounds like super like, I don't know. You like watching Papa Hefe and Blissey videos, but the actual Pokemon are for sure not so special. Yeah, like I totally get it. I totally get like wanting to learn stuff about these games. But yeah, I just like shiny hunting wouldn't even be popular if shinies weren't rare to begin with. You know, the whole point of shinies is that they're rare. So when you take away the rarity, there's nothing special about them. Squirtle was a very fast hunt, only 787 resets. Only RNG you want to try is Cute Charm and Heart Gold, Silver and Platinum. I have toyed with the idea of wanting to do like a Cute Charm file in Gen 4 just to like mess with it and like, you know, just be, I don't know, just to experience it. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like I would just get bored of it after like a few hours. You know, like it just wouldn't, I would be like, I'd be like, okay, this isn't cool anymore. What older game, legendary, mythical, shiny hunt would you recommend for someone who has only shiny hunted legendaries in the Crown Tundra? If you have a copy of Ruby or Sapphire with a working battery and not a dead battery, if it has a dead battery, replace it. But if you do have a working battery in Ruby Sapphire, Regis and Rayquaza, I think, are really good ones. They're 1 in 8, 192, but the resets in Ruby and Sapphire are insanely fast, and the Regis and Rayquaza don't have any sort of like cutscene or anything. So you just like save in front of them, hit A, and you're in the encounter, and then the reset takes like 5 seconds. Like you can fly through resets with those. Those are hunts I really want to do someday. Other than that, what would be like a quick? There's not like too many quick legendaries because it really just depends on like how fast you can reset the game, and you can't really get any faster than Ruby Sapphire. You know, BDSP Arceus is not time sensitive. You ran out of characters to add more context to that. And yeah, like, and obviously I have my, like, negative opinions towards RNG abuse, clearly, but, like, it really just comes down to, like, if you want to RNG abuse, fine. I would say just don't brag about it to other people, and don't ask people why they aren't doing it, because, like, that's, you know, it's just, those just aren't, like, it's just not a good way to go. It's the same thing with, like, hacking and stuff that I feel. Like, everyone has done like an action replay hack in their old games and whatnot. When I was a kid, I used to do the walkthrough walls, infinite one-shot everything, infinite XP, whatnot. I used to do like all those hacks in Diamond Pearl with an action replay when I was a kid. Like it's just, it can be fun. It can be fun to do that kind of thing. But, you know, like, It's kind of like keep it to yourself unless someone's asking about it, you know? Because it just comes off as like really arrogant when you start like bragging about like RNG abuse or hacking and whatnot. And all right, I'm gonna do one more encounter with Bidoof, and then I'm gonna take a quick break because I need to like stand up and get more water and stuff. Can you still shiny hunt in Pokemon Sapphire if the game is dead? You can still shiny hunt in Ruby Sapphire if the game has dead batteries, just don't do reset hunts. So like don't hunt for the starter. Don't hunt for the legendaries. But you can do random encounters. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I will be right back. Alright. Actually, because I don't want my game to just be like running, I'm gonna put it in the dock and then switch to this view. Alright. Alright, BRB. back. Did a distortion show up? No. Crazy, because it's not even it's not like an intense weather too. Ultra rare. There's an Incada at my house? No way. Incada's crazy. Incada's super crazy. I need to interact with my buddy. This thing broke out? Come on. I chucked an Ultra Ball at this thing. It shouldn't be that hard to catch. It's a bug. Okay, good. It got caught. Alright, I gotta interact with my buddy. Oh, you can't see it. I'm gonna take this out. We'll switch back to this one. I'm walking Septile right now. I'm also doing it on my alt account because I need to get that stupid Jirachi research done. Just in case they shut Bank down, I'll still have a way to get a shiny Jirachi. I might have to battle my alt, though, to get the extra, because I kind of been neglecting. How long have I been streaming for? I don't know, because we disconnected. Just a question, you're getting Pokemon White 1 and 2 tomorrow. Are there any good shiny hunts in those games that you would recommend? I have never shiny hunted in Gen 5. But I would recommend doing the Dark Grass. Dark Grass, you can get 2 encounters at once. So just, I guess just like look up where you can get like good encounters that you might want to shiny hunt. What's up, Doobie? Welcome in. Alright, let me finish getting this battle finished. Hopefully this gets my Septile excited. If not, I'll have to do this again in 30 minutes. Which I will definitely forget to do. Oh, it's not gonna work. Oh, man. I guess gotta do it again in 30 minutes. Which I definitely will not remember to do. Let me start recording. Dude, we're really about to hit 11,000 on Mew. It's crazy. I really hope I don't go like 30k for this thing. I'm kind of over going that far for shinies. Because, like, most people will never go that far. But it feels like I go that far every other hunt now. I've also only ever had one Emerald hunt go under odds. So yeah, not the biggest fan of hunting an Emerald. I don't know how I missed that distortion that one time. At least when we don't get distortions, we can get more Mew encounters, but it is just, like, annoying when you wait, like, 40 minutes and there's zero chance you can get a distortion because the weather just keeps turning into bad weather. Like, that's just obnoxious. At least I am a master at doing this bike strat now. Okay, foggy weather is fine. I hate it. I can't stand foggy weather, but we can still get distortions in it, so it's fine. I'm not a master at it. I changed my mind. I'm actually really bad at it. We're a lot better than we were, though. That's for sure. Can't believe we're almost 9,000 in on Bidoof. Who would have thought I just get this game and the first hunt is over odds? I need to just start doing some easier shiny hunts so that I can just pop off and get a bunch of shinies. I'm stuck with... I think I've only gotten 3 full odds this whole year so far. Just because they've been taking forever. And one of them took forever. There are a couple shiny hunts I want to do, though, that will be probably very quick unless I go very far over odds. But I'm not sure when I want to do them. I'm not sure if I want to do them before or after Psyduck, because I want to get Psyduck. And Psyduck could be very hit or miss. What if I just got a shiny Bidoof right now? I don't know what I would do with myself. I would probably try. How would I do that though? No, I could do that. I was like, I think if I got Bidoof, I'd probably try to go back to like the XD hunt that I'm doing. I would just have to use a different layout, but I think it would work fine. And still do like the distortions. I almost just took a screenshot. What do we start at today? 10,600? I think last stream we only got 400. But we were getting a lot of distortions last stream. It's currently Frog Friday. Nice. That's crazy. Maybe that means we'll get a shiny today. A shiny Mew would be incredible. I don't know how so many people got this thing in like 3,000. I think technically speaking, with the amount of encounters I get on stream between both Mew and Bidoof, I think we should on average find a shiny 1 in every 10 streams. That being said, I've done way more than 10 streams with this hunt. So maybe we'll get it soon. We'll get something soon. I can't imagine I'm hitting, like, the same frames. Like, we're definitely hitting different frames every time. Shiny Mew doesn't feel real. I like knew for a fact I was gonna go over odds for this thing. It's gonna be so crazy when a blue Mew goes across the screen. Anyone else doing some shiny hunts today? What are we all hunting? Just finished your shiny Trico on our ass. Now you're going for Dratini and Fire Red. Nice. By purchasing them? Yeah. Yeah, the Safari Zone's a bit tough for Dratini. That was my first ever shiny hunt, was the Dratini in the Fire Red game corner. Ditto, Friend Safari, nice. I didn't even know Ditto could be in the Friend Safari. That's kind of crazy. You got a random full odds sock yesterday in X. Nice. That's a pretty cool one. It's foggy weather again. I'm not missing a distortion, am I? No. Okay. Friend is doing fishing for shiny Magikarp right now, so you're hunting. We're hunting in a virtual console right now. Nice. In terms of Gen 2 shiny hunting, I've only done in terms of full odds, because I mean I got the odd egg shiny obviously in Crystal, but I've only done the Dratini hunt in Crystal in the Dragon's Den, the gift one. I've never done a wild encounter shiny in Gen 2. I have one on my bingo card that I want to do. I just don't know when I'm going to get around to it. Gotta go now. Good luck. Thank you for hanging out. You're double hunting Virtual Console Celebi and Fire Red Deoxys on the side. Nice. Some crazy ones. Just about to start up a new Alola run to work through Living Dex. Do you recommend Ultra Sun or Regular Moon? For a Living Dex, you definitely would want the Ultra games because there's more Pokemon on them. Because you need to get Poipole and stuff too. So I'd recommend Ultra Sun. Unless you're going for a shiny Living Dex, because then, well, I mean, you would still be able to hunt Poipole, but not like you'd be able to get. Actually, I think you can get all the new introduction shinies in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Just remembered one time you killed a shiny Shaman. Thank God you reclaimed it. Dang, that's crazy. I have only ever, in terms of full odd shinies, I've only failed outside of the Safari Zone. I have only failed 2? I failed the Rattata that I wasn't hunting for, and then I failed the Partner Cat Pikachu the first time. Good night, Thor. Thank you for hanging out. Just want to do regular first with all the Pokemon from the original region and me as the O2 when possible. Yeah, so then the Ultra games, you would still need both versions if you want to get one of the, there's exclusives to Ultra Beasts, the new ones. I think Blacephalon is Ultra Sun, and then Stack Attack is Ultra Moon. And then I mean, there's still version exclusives for the other Ultra Beasts, but you can get them if you have regular Moon. But yeah, you would need Poipole times 2, so you would need to do Ultra Sun twice. It's not going to take me too long to set up my Gen 7 Living Dex because I already have almost the whole game played through of both Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I have to finish playing through those. But I gotta play through X and Y again, so that's what's gonna take a while. But I'm already playing through it, so. Gen 2 has some really cool random encounter hunts, a lot of evolved Pokemons at low levels, level 10 Dragonair, etc. I did, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, I hunted for Venonat. In one of the encounters was like a level 8 Venomoth, which would have been cool to get, but I got Venonat. The hunt I want to do in Crystal is Lickitung. There's a Lickitung. I think it's like over 30% Lickitung. Let me double check. There's a route that has it's like Lickitung, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, and Tangela. And I need all those shiny. Route 44 in the morning and day. And I think you can also repel trick the Lickitung. So yeah, it's 40% in Crystal. Morning, day, Lickitung. 30% Tangela, which the 30% Tangela kind of sucks because I need that the least. I definitely need Bellsprout more. 20% Bellsprout, 10% Weepinbell, and then 40% Lickitung and 30% Tangela. So that's a cool one. I really want to do that, because Lickitung would be a really cool shiny to get in Gen 2, and then if I get a Bellsprout or a Weepinbell, that'd be awesome, because I haven't started that line yet. So that's the Gen 2 hunt I plan to do. But I have to figure out how to homebrew my other 3DS so that I can get Crystal, because I don't have it. I have it on a 2DS and a DS, and it'd be cool to use all three of my systems. How are the encounters, though? How are the encounters in Gen 2? Are they, decent? I'm just, I'm always hesitant in, other games to do random encounters, because I'm just well, what if it's, super slow compared... Because I'm so used to, Fire at Leaf Green. And I was pleasantly surprised how quick the encounters were in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Yeah, the route before Ice Path, yeah. Yeah, 40% Lickitung. And I think you can repel trick it. I should check that. Because I think it's if I keep getting... Because I still technically need 2 Tangelas for Tangrowth's gender differences. I do have a shiny Tangela already from Leaf Green. So Tangela's the one I want the least, but it'd still be fine if I got it. But if I get 2 Tangelas before a Lickitung somehow, I think you can repel trick Lickitung to make it more common. I already forgot what route it was. 44, okay. I have the tab open still, luckily. Not surfing. Walking. Lickitung. Level 24. Yeah, you can... Oh, no. Level 22. Interesting. Maybe you can't repel trick this one. Because 30% of the Lickitung encounters are level 22, which is the lowest level. So maybe I'm misremembering this. 23. Yeah, that just makes Tangela more common. Oh, okay, you can do a level 24 repel trick to make it 50% Weepinbell and 50% Lickitung, which is kind of cool, but I feel the encounter, it says 20% encounter rate, I feel that's going to make it real slow. So yeah, you can repel trick Lickitung, but low encounter rate. So I'd have to see how that is, if I ever plan to do that. You can sweet set, but Bike and Pokemon... and the Pokemon March on the radio is... Oh, I didn't even know the radio, affects the encounter rate. That's crazy. Hopefully I remember that by the time I get to it. You just set the radio to a specific song and it just makes your encounter rate faster? What's up, Spiky Ear Pichu? Welcome in. Yeah, that'd be a cool hunt to do. Getting a shiny Lickitung. And the only reason I thought of it is because, Absol, I think it was his Lickitung video that he got in Emerald via Egg Month. he had like mentioned that like one of his, if not his first shiny he found was a Lickitung and Crystal, and the first thing I think of is like, wait, if you're gonna randomly find a shiny Lickitung and Crystal, that must mean the encounter rate is probably pretty high. So then I looked it up and I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah, March increases encounter rate and the Lullaby reduces encounter rate, but also makes mons asleep to start the battle sometimes. That's crazy. So March, yeah, I'll have to remember that. That's crazy to know. Yeah, I've never done it like an encounter, a random encounter shiny hunt in Gen 2. I've only done a reset hunt. How's Bidoof going? We are 89-47 on Bidoof. No phases. I'm really hoping I don't get a Starly. You've been through so many phases in Eterna for your DQ. You don't know if you should go the rest of your targets and go back to Eterna before beating the Elite Four or not. It's just very tough. Definitely stick with Eterna because you'll get half the encounter rate if you try to do more first. What's your target? Oh my gosh, dude. We literally just waited like 30 minutes for it to turn to Thunderstorm. That is... We're just destined to not get any more distortions this stream, I guess. It is ridiculous. This is what makes distortions terrible. We got 2 this whole... We've been streaming for like 3 hours, almost 3 hours, and we've only gotten 2 distortions because the weather has been atrocious. Like, that's so unfair. On the bright side, like 200 more Mew than yesterday. Yeah, that is true. That is like the trade-off if we don't get as many. It just sucks when we got an Alpha Magneton, dude. Like, I have gotten 2 Alpha Magnetons, an Alpha Magnezone, and a shiny Magnemite before an Alpha Magnemite. Like, it's just like I'm glad I got the shiny Magnemite. That's crazy, but like, it's just, how am I getting like all these more rare things than the one thing I'm trying to get? And then it's like I can't even get any more chances at it because the weather's been terrible. Such a bad system. It's the same radio channel. It alternates on different days between March and Lullaby, so you need to tweak your clock to keep going or only hunt on the right day. Oh, interesting. So I'm pretty sure in Heart Gold Still Silver, you can just like set the radio to certain like things, which is how you get like Snorlax to wake up. So interesting. I have to keep that in mind. You already left a while ago because you didn't know? Oh. I don't know what to tell you then. Yeah, you kind of made a mistake with that. You literally made your hunt take twice as long by doing that. It's almost like at that point, just restart your save file and then get Cheryl back. What's up, Jaden? Welcome in. Yeah, just reset the save for Eterna. That's kind of what I said. It would kind of defeat the whole like DTQ thing, but it would definitely make the hunt a lot better. What's your target? Might just take Beautyfly and move on because you love Beautyfly and is a very cool Pokemon, so it'd be equally good for you. What's your target? Your target was Bidoof? Alright, here's the thing. I'll do quick research for you. Eterna. I'm pretty sure Eterna Forest Bidoof is like the most common thing outside of like Wurmple. What game is this? Is this Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum? Did you say? Oh, BDSP, okay, yeah. That was just an ad on Bulbapedia. What the heck? Bidoof is in the morning and day 29%. So it is the most common thing, only in morning and day. At night, it's only 19. So now we do this little thing called we look up Bidoof and see if it's more common in other areas. You could do Grand Underground, too. Bidoof is 25% above Jubilife, morning and day. 25%, okay. That's 212. You could try Grand Underground and then just only target Bidoof. That might help. Like, have like a grass or poison type thing. Oh, okay, here we go. This is what you need to do. If you can only do single encounters and you don't have Cheryl, which is what you told me, here is a solution. The route south of Hearthome, where the mansion is, huge patch of grass right below the mansion. Don't go into the rainy area. You want to be in the area with the mansion. Bidoof is 30% any time of day, and Roselia is 15% any time of day. So you will have almost double the encounter rate for your target in that route. So I would recommend you go there instead at that point if you don't have Cheryl. Oh, there's a distortion. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Alright, I think it just showed up though, because it doesn't look like it's close to starting. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend you quit on Eterna, but still target Bidoof. And you also have Roselia to help, too, in that route. So sometimes you just gotta, like, do a little bit of research and see if there's, like, a better way to hunt your target if you're, like, struggling. Or if you can do, like, a repel trick. I haven't even looked at repel tricks yet. This thing doesn't have BDSP. The last game it has is Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but BDSP's encounter table is the exact same as Diamond and Pearls. So let's say Pearl, Route 212, north. I need to find a spot where I can not get attacked. Alright, this seems pretty good. Alright, let's see, Route 212. So level 16 Bidoof, level 16 Roselia, level 17. It doesn't look like you can repel trick it. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can repel trick it. Yeah, no. You cannot repel trick it, so. But yeah, 45% is going to make a difference. No, don't worry about spamming. It's not a big deal. Sometimes it helps, because you can give me all the information. Yeah, sometimes I do that, where, like, I'll have, like, a hard time. I'll be like, let me just see if there's, like, a better way to hunt this in the same game. Just like I didn't look through everything. Yeah, 45% is a good deal. You will, on average, phase 2 to 3 times. And there's a solid chance you just get it in one phase. And then if you hunt, and it's any time, it's not only morning and day, so you can also hunt at night, and you can also get like a Cricketune or something in like a nighttime spawn, which would be cool. It's been just over 30 minutes in Pokemon Go, by the way. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Let me do this. again, that Combi's not a female. Oh, okay, I don't even have to do anything crazy. I just have to play with it and it gets excited now. Am I not? Okay, there we go. Alright, we fed our buddies. There's nothing spawning that I need. And we're good. Is the mansion and the Windwork Tower with the big patch of grass? No, not the Windworks. South of Hearthome. The route south of Hearthome. There's two sections. There's the rainy section that's near Pastoria, and there's like the northern section that has like the Pokemon Mansion, the Trophy Garden. Don't go to the Trophy Garden. You just want to go. There's a patch of grass south of that mansion. It is not the Windworks. The Windworks is a completely different route. That's the Windworks is east of Floroma Town. Not even close to Hearthome. Alright, let's finally do this distortion that took so long to find. Oh, never mind, you can just go to Route 212. That is Route 212. That's what I was trying to explain to you. The route that I'm trying to explain to you is Route 212. It's just not everyone knows the routes by heart, so I was just explaining where it is. I guess it would help if I put the switch in the dock. Alright, let's do this. So like, why can't that Magnemite just be Alpha, you know? Why did it have to be a Magneton again? Okay, there should be a set of Pokemon, right? Oh, there they are. They are not shiny. Please don't give me Magnezones. No Alpha Magnemite. Isn't it crazy that we literally just waited like 2 hours for that, you know? Isn't that awesome? Distortions are great. They're pretty cool. What's the target for Distortion Hunt? We're going for Alphas, so Alpha Magnemite's the only one we need for this one. And we got an Alpha Magneton last one, which we did not need. In terms of shinies, I mean, any of the Magnemite line would be cool for shinies. But we're not, like, targeting anything in terms of shinies. Anything Eevee would be cool. Not sure how that Flareon didn't see me. It's kind of crazy. Oh, that's not a shard. Oh, there's a star piece here, though. An invisible star piece. That's cool. Oh, that's probably all the items. What's up, Cheetah? Welcome in. I just know we're gonna get another Mr. Mime shiny. It's gonna be crazy. An alpha Mr. Mime. That's very scary. Okay. All that for nothing. See, it wouldn't be so bad if the weather didn't affect him, you know? That's kind of the main issue, is the weather. What am I shiny hunting today? I'm doing Mew and Bidoof. What time is it? 4:25, okay. Mew and Bidoof. I feel like I need this to be like a little more this way. Yep, over odds on everything. Still. Hopefully we get something soon. Be really crazy to get Mew. Won't want to travel back in time just to deal with rain either. Just like, it's just a really poorly designed system that they can take up to 45 minutes to show up, but if you get one of three, it'd be three, right? It's only thunderstorm, blizzard. One of three weathers, it'll just like cancel the progress you made towards that like guaranteed distortion. It's just stupid. Especially because we literally will get one of those weathers every like 10 minutes. So it's like, unless we get a distortion in like a 5-minute timer, we just don't get distortions. Like, those weathers either need to be less common or not affect distortion spawns. And let's get your 5th sleep shiny today. You got a shiny Corfish in Pokemon Go today also. Shiny Corfish? Where's that thing even spawn? I still need a shiny Corfish. 11,000 on Mew. You just hopped on Starling Violet and shiny hunted Matang and just got a shiny one and a heavy ball. That's extra large. Nice. Like, does it get the jumbo mark? How many phases does that take? Terrible as a game mechanic, yeah. Like, it's just, like, two, like, really minor things they could just tweak with distortions to make them, like, not as awful. One, if the max was like 25 minutes instead of 45 minutes, because 45 minutes is just too long to be waiting for 3 spawns for a Pokemon. And then the weather effect shouldn't affect it. It does? That's crazy. How many phases does that take you? Like over 100? Dang. Yeah, at first you were making it sound like you just like casually got it like first phase. You're just like, oh yeah, I just hopped on Scarlet and Violet, got a shiny Metang, and it was Jumbo. But yeah, 100 phases, yeah, it's a lot. Oh, geez, what the heck was that? When the games randomly just have different timing from each other? I think that was a 5-minute timer. It's in the same spot. Dang, it's gonna take a while to start. It's always crazy when you get a 5-minute timer distortion, because that feels really fast. Most of the time it takes like 15-20 minutes. Actually, there's an Alpha Octillery. There should be Drifloons over here. Oh wait, no, I left. I forgot I left. There was a Drifloon outbreak. It's not there anymore. I left because I was superstitious about the weather. Alright, I'm just gonna chill, like, right here. No! Get me on this thing. There we go. Perfect. Maybe we'll get an Alpha Magnemite from this one. I wish I knew how many Magnemites I've encountered. Like, specifically Magnemite. It's also so hard to gain experience for your Pokemon that's not your starter. In BDSP? I don't remember having an issue with that. Because eventually they all loved me and got, like, boosted experience. Remember the first day the release of Teal Mask, you shiny hunted Slugma and got 3 Slugma and 1 Litwick in the same sandwich? Yeah, I mean, that's just Scarlet and Violet shiny hunting for you. It's like weird if you don't get that many in a sandwich. Unless you're full odds hunting, obviously. Do you have Scarlet and Violet? Do you have Scarlet or Violet? I have both, but I only have the DLC for Scarlet. I'm gonna have to buy the DLC for Violet though for my Living Dex challenge, which I'm really annoyed with. Because I essentially have to drop $35 for 2 Pokemon that can't be shiny hunted. Like, it's such a scam. Like, I'm like really annoyed how they did the DLC Pokemon. Very disappointed in that DLC. Nobody make the Slugma joke? I don't think anyone was going to. I think you were the only one who was thinking about it. You have 100% have exploited the Fluttermane glitch because it's so easy to do. For the shiny? Yeah, it's easy to do, but I still think the most effective way to shiny hunt is to use an Outbreak and then town reset if you're like on the edge of a town. That's definitely the most broken way. I mean, it's all broken, but that one, like, instead of averaging like 3 shinies per sandwich, you'll average like 5 or 6 when you do that. All right, let's do this Distortion. That was weird, like my whole PC flickered when I put that in the trash, and I thought maybe I rearranged everything, but I didn't. Alright, another Distortion. I didn't think we'd be able to get one more today with our luck, but we did. It's crazy. It's in the exact same spot as before. There's a bug, and it's telling me a Pokemon's sleeping when there is no sleeping Pokemon around. I've actually gotten that bug a lot. Where it just has like audio for a sleeping Pokemon, but there's nothing there. Okay, can we chill with the Magnetons? Let's do Magnemite, please. Or just 3 Magnetons. At least they weren't alpha. Oh, we gotta check the water, because the items can just be invisible in the water. Also, I'll check the edge. That is an interesting spot for those Pokemon to spawn. There's a stun tank over there. See, invisible red shard right there. That's crazy. Oh, cool. I can't ride Weird Ear for a while now. There we go. I think we got all the items. Now we just see if a shiny shows up. Or an alpha Alakazam. People on surprise trades for Scarlet not be able to surprise trade because they just trade away hacked shinies. Like people, like the people get like banned for that because they trade hack shinies? Or is it just all hack shinies now? It's probably not even hack shinies in Scarlet and Violet. It's probably just freaking legit shinies because you can just get so many of them without trying. Sleeping Pokemon just trapped in a pocket dimension. Yeah. What's up, Malse Memer? Welcome in. It happened a lot with Snorlax. It was like anytime I went to like a Munchlax outbreak or something, and then there was a sleeping Snorlax. Yo, Party Arlie with the raid. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much, Party Arlie with the raid. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Dominator. Crispy Memes, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. My name is Dominator. I do a lot of full odd shiny hunting. Right now I'm looking for Alpha Magnemite in Distortions, and we're also shiny hunting Mew and Bidoof, but we're doing a Distortion right now. Chemical Bomb, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Alright, Distortion faded. Now I gotta see if any shinies spawned in from that.
Put a smile on my face.
Noob Sniper, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Hello, gamer. Good luck with the Distortion shiny. Such a fun hunt. Yeah, we actually got a shiny Magnemite yesterday in a Distortion. We're trying to get an Alpha Magnemite, not necessarily shiny, and I got an Alpha Magneton. Yo, Viscivius, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. So yeah, we've just been like waiting around for Distortions, and then we're hunting Mew and Bidoof while we do so. Also, anyone who's in stream already who hasn't done so yet, make sure you click on Party Arlie's name and give him a follow on Twitch. That's the wrong one. Here's the right one. So here we go. Back to this. So yeah, we're doing Mew and Bidoof because I used to have a childhood Bidoof shiny as a kid, and I don't have it anymore. So I'm trying to reclaim that. Mew's just a cool shiny. So yeah, we do that while we wait for the Distortions to show up on this game, and then we go check the Distortions. We unfortunately got an Alpha Magneton today, which I did not need. I need only Magnemite from that line, Alpha. And, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. But we got a shiny Magnemite yesterday, which was pretty crazy. And now it's Intense Thunderstorm, so now we gotta change this. Good luck on the hunt. Thank you, Noob Sniper, and welcome in everybody who joined from the raid. Noob's doxing his own PC. Wait, what happened? I just see a bunch of Porygons in the chat. Oh, they have the cheetah. They have website names. Pascal, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Oh, Noob Sniper with that code. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Why are my games in Spanish? Because I think this is funny. I always mention this. So many people hunt in like Japanese copies or German copies or whatnot. I feel like no one pays attention to that, but like I feel like everyone asks me why I'm like running Spanish copies of Emerald. There actually is a reason. It's because I did not use a cheating device to get this Mew event. There's a way you can do it just via a set of glitches. And at the time, the only known way was in non-English European copies of Emerald. So I just bought 2 Spanish copies to do it in, to do this hunt. So it's in order to set up this Mew hunt without having to like use a cheating device or some sort of like distribution cartridge or R4 or whatever. So I just did it all in-game. But I'm pretty sure there are ways to get it in English and Japanese. I just don't know how to do it. So we didn't. We did Spanish. Because Spanish is probably the only non-English European copy that I wouldn't struggle to figure out what things mean. So yeah, that's why. And plus you get all the characters, like all the English characters in Spanish too, so if I want to like nickname a shiny, I can just name it the same that I would in English anyway. That's the only thing I don't like about Japanese copies, is that Japanese copies are really inexpensive and they're awesome if you want to get into shiny hunting in older games because they're super inexpensive and pretty accessible. But when you find a shiny and you want to nickname it, you only get like 5 characters. So you gotta be like extra creative with the names. But I'm thinking about buying a Spanish copy of Sapphire soon because I have a Japanese copy of Sapphire soon. Because I have a Ruby copy. And then I have a Japanese Ruby copy that I just bought recently. And then I have a Sapphire copy, and I was like, maybe I'll buy one more Sapphire copy, and I don't really want to drop $100 on a Sapphire copy. You have an English EU copy, so it probably doesn't work with your copy. Well, it's English. I think there are ways to do it with English. It's just different. Mr. Nimloth, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. You know German since you said people use German copies? Yeah, yes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use German copies too. But I think that's more so because that's like their language that they understand. As opposed to, I don't think it's like cheaper to buy German copies. Maybe it is. When I bought my Spanish copies of Emerald, they weren't cheaper than English copies. They were around the same price, but they were cheaper than Emerald is nowadays because I bought these a while ago. Yeah, not limited to 5 characters. Yeah, that's a big plus for me. I can use all the English characters too, which is nice. We're about to hit 9,000 on Bidoof as well. We're kind of struggling with the shinies as of late. As you can see, that Litwick, the last shiny, 20,276. That was a 1 in 4096 hunt in Sword and Shield. And now we're 11,000 on Mew, and we're about to hit 9,000 on Bidoof. We haven't had the best luck. If you want an English, arbitrary code execution should work. Does that give you the item and unlock the event, or does that just force you to encounter Mew? Because if you want the Mew to be legal, it has to be from this event, the faraway island, old sea map event. I can't talk, man. Oh, okay, nice. That's cool, yeah. Like, I know there's ways, and I've heard it's even easier nowadays in English copies to unlock the events than it was the way I did it. I used the Palm Egg Berry glitch, double corruption shenanigans, which I actually became a master at recently because I did the same thing for Deoxys. You can do the same thing for Deoxys, and I have a series on my YouTube channel where I'm getting every Pokemon, gender difference, form difference, everything in the original games caught in Pokeballs only. So I had to catch Deoxys 4 times in Emerald in order to get 4 Deoxys. So I had to do that like set of glitches 4 times in order to get all of my Deoxys. And I became really good at doing it. So even though there are easier ways, I'm still like, I can actually do it quite effectively. The hardest part was just like playing through the game 4 times. When does Pokemon Bank close? No one knows. We have no idea. There has not been an announcement date for it. Which is... could be a good thing or a bad thing. A good thing in the sense where, like, the longer they don't announce when it closes means the longer it'll stay up. A bad thing meaning we are in the dark, so we just don't know how long it'll take. The code sent you to an explanation video on YouTube. You edit it to your watch later. Oh, I was like, with the code. Yeah, the thing that they typed in. I've never done Ace in anything. I have no idea how it works. Your Pokemon more rare is a shiny Magikarp level 100. Like, did you find it as a level 100 Magikarp, or did you just level it up to level 100? So that'd be kind of crazy if you found it as a level 100 Magikarp. Unless that's in Scarlet and Violet. I heard the level 100 Magikarp in Scarlet and Violet isn't, like, super rare. When is Gen 7 Living Dex video? Cannot tell you. I have to play through games, and I just, you know, we get there when we get there. Just be patient. I'm not going to quit on it. But I will never be able to tell you an actual release date of those videos. I've never been able to in that whole series. I will never be able to tell a release date in that video, because even if I finish the Living Dex, it still takes a while to edit those videos. So just please be patient. It'll come out though. It'll happen. It's not gonna not happen. I'm not gonna quit after 6 generations. I think it's Clout then, if they've been saying it's shutting down, but they never said when it's shutting down, proof that they're going to. I have made videos on it, and every video I have posted, I have explicitly explained that the Pokemon Company hasn't said that it's staying up, but they alluded to the fact that it will shut down. Also, if you want to just be a realistic human being, it would be silly to believe it will stay up forever, because it costs them money to run it, and they currently do not make any money. They just lose money running Bank. So it will shut down at some point, but we don't know when. Like, it could be next month, it could be 3 years from now. Like, we have no idea. It could be 10 years from now. I just hope they come up with some solution, because it's gonna shut down someday. But I hope they have some sort of solution that allows us to be able to transfer Pokemon, like, offline. And the same thing will happen to home one day, too. That's just what happens when you do online services like that. A friend is on 3,706 fishing encounters for shiny Magikarp. Nice. I just started my first ever, not only Gen 4 fishing hunt, but just fishing hunt that requires you to time the reel in. Because I've only done fishing encounters in Fire Red, Leaf Green.
This does put
and
a
those
smile
encounters,
on my face.
Ping Twin, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Those encounters, you don't have to, like, time. You just hit A when it, like, it'll just tell you you got a bite, and then you just hit A whenever you want to. So I'm doing, like, my first, like, timing fishing encounter hunt, which it's not bad. I think it's faster than Fire Red, Leaf Green fishing encounters. It's just sometimes I miss it, and it's kind of annoying when I miss it. When is Gen 10 Living Dex? Wondering when Game Freak will release those games? Yeah, true. Yeah, Gen 10 Living Dex will come out soon. Your friend, I already read that. The low 100, the 100 level from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in the Little Lake in Kitakami. Yeah, that one is, like, not that rare, I've heard. I've heard, like, it's not like how it was in, like, the older Pokemon games where, like, a level 100 Magikarp is, like, rarer than a shiny. It's, like, a 1 in 10,000 something chance. I've heard it's like more like, well, I think people were saying like 1 in 50 or 1 in 60 or something like that chance. But I've never looked into it myself. My rarest shiny was shiny Authentic Sinisty with the rare mark in Sword and Shield until they absolutely butchered the rarity of Authentic Sinisty in Scarlet and Violet. But it's still cool because it says it was from Galar. You could definitely believe 1 in 50. I want to say I heard like something around there, maybe even like 1 in 30. But I mean, it's been a while and I've never looked into it myself. I actually might just put away Legends now. Because I will not be streaming for much longer. So let me get back into Jubilife and let's save our game. We'll just put this in the dock so I can charge. So I mean, it's gonna take at minimum of like 5 minutes before a Distortion may potentially show up. So at that point, you know. Yeah, I forget what the actual like rate was for the level 100 Magikarp, but I remember hearing it was like not super rare in Scarlet and Violet. Which is a shame because I'm kind of the one who's always fighting for like rarity in Pokemon games, and it would have been cool if there was like a rare thing. I think rarity in a collection game is like super important. Like if nothing is rare, then there's like no enjoyment in finding something. So yeah. It'd be cool if it was like super like 1 in 10,000 chance for a level 100 Magikarp in Scarlet and Violet. Good day today. Just found a shiny Geodude in Legends Arceus. Nice. Congrats. Alright, I think I'm only going to do a couple more encounters because I actually have to get going. But thank you to everyone who joined into the stream. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you leave a follow on Twitch and also subscribe to my YouTube. I am simulcasting on Twitch and YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube. You know, have it both ends. It'd be crazy. Let me get to 11,080 on Mew, and then we'll end. Hopefully we get shiny Mew soon, because I've had some pretty bad luck lately in these games, so I'm just hoping it'd be really cool to get it. It's such a cool shiny, too. Alright, here we go. Last encounter on both. And no shiny. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you to everyone who tuned into the stream, and I will see